Welcome to the Literally First Class podcast, where I will teach you how to overcome anxiety and achieve somatic success. I'm your host, Keri Ford. I'm a somatic success and holistic life coach here to bring humor, insight, and wisdom to the modern day woman that wants to feel alive in her daily life. You ready? Come on, I saved you a seat in first class. Okay, so in closing up the last couple weeks of the year, I thought it might be a little bit entertaining, and maybe it would make you feel better about any shitstorms that you've experienced this year, because some things didn't go as planned. Actually, a lot of things didn't go as planned. And I'm going to share with you several of the things this year that didn't go as planned. First one, Jake had a traumatic brain injury. Goes out golfing with my dad, and I get an emergency phone call that he has fallen on, of all places, the cart path at the golf course. Now, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but golf courses tend to be primarily grass, so that didn't go as planned. I mean, you're going to have a seizure, you're going to pass out, and why did this not happen on the grass? So he gets 3 staples on his head, but for about an hour, he's unconscious after this injury. They take him to an emergency trauma center here in Atlanta, and due to COVID restrictions, I couldn't go back there with him. So that didn't go as planned either. I was waiting to go back there. I waited 5 hours at the trauma center. They would not let me back there. And he has no idea what's going on. He can barely remember what happened when you ask him to replay it, which was so frustrating trying to get, care directions for him and going home. And I was wildly unprepared for what happens for a traumatic brain injury recovery. So that's number 2. This didn't go as planned. I'm thinking he's got an injury, rest, he'll be fine. However, what I did not anticipate was having to drive him everywhere, having to tell him he couldn't drink, take him to doctor appointments, he couldn't work out, and the biggest mindfuck of all of it is that he couldn't remember anything. He had no short-term memory. So we would literally have the same conversation 4 times a day. Yeah, didn't go as planned. I remember one time we were in the parking garage. I don't know if he remembers this, at a doctor appointment. And he is walking like he knows where we're parked. And I'm like, babe, we're not parked on that level. And he goes, yes, we are. I said, we're not. We're parked on the other level. And he's like, you're gaslighting me. But irritability comes with the recovery and a traumatic brain injury as well. His frustration and his inability to remember things was aggravating to him, and his fuse was shorter than normal. Plus, he needed a lot of sleep. So that did not go as planned. He's better now. Everything is healed. He has his short-term memory back, but I was wildly fucking unprepared. Number 3, thing that didn't go as planned, business partnership. We took a group of women to a retreat in spring, and it did not go as planned. Really, it was not up to our standards at all. And it revealed things in the partnership that had other energy leaks that we needed to work on and heal, and or do so by choosing to separate the partnership, to step away from that. And so that's what we chose to do. And it was a very painful process for all the things you can imagine. And that was a huge learning experience. It was a very challenging lesson, one that I would prefer not to learn again. And it was definitely something that did not go as planned. I will say we had all the intentions in place of, having it work out, obviously, positively and in integrity, and fully deliver and over deliver and all of these things. And some of those things were out of our control, not all of them, but didn't go as planned. And that was a big healing for me this year. Didn't go as planned when I decided to step away from coaching, specifically intuitive eating and wellness coaching. I wanted to step into leadership coaching. I just wasn't exactly sure how that was going to look. And so what was really cool, actually, is I launched a program called Maverick and had some amazing clients come into that program. But what was interesting is that this was not marketed as a let's build a coaching program together. In fact, half of the clients that came into that program had brick and mortar companies already. And I loved that they were all in different industries. But that didn't quite go as planned in terms of, I didn't anticipate attracting all people that wanted to become coaches or were coaches. So, and that was fine. It was just unexpected. It was an unexpected but pleasant surprise. And I got to work with some really cool women in that program. Didn't go as planned when we had my daughter's birthday party at a trampoline park last week. And when I tell you we're never doing that again, we're never fucking doing that again. It was awful. For her, it was great. For me, my nervous system was on the fucking fritz. Jake and I walked in and I immediately thought, oh no, have I thought this through? The music was so loud, you couldn't hear anything. You could barely, I'm not kidding, speak to your child right next to you. It was that loud. Now imagine it's all like pop, bop music, teeny bopper music, but like really loud. And it had just been raining in Atlanta for about a week. So everyone and their mother in Atlanta decided, I think it's a good idea on a Sunday night to go jump in this indoor trampoline park. In theory, it sounds great. You're like, we have this organized party room. Everyone's going to jump in this enclosed, safe trampoline room, except the enclosed trampoline room was fucking massive. And there were like 18 different areas to jump in, more than that probably. And to boo, I had one of the little girls, it was a group of 7-year-old girls, there were like 8 of them. And one of the girls was like, I want to do what I want to do. And I'm like, listen, I know you want to do what you want to do, but your mommy dropped you off with me. And if I lose you, I'm going to be in trouble. So Miss Keri has one rule. And that rule is y'all need to stay together. Because I was like, are you serious? And then I'm outside the bathroom and a gentleman comes up to me and he asks me, can you go into the bathroom? Because I think my daughter is still in there. I'm so sorry to bother you. And I was like, oh, no worries, no problem. So I go in, he's like, yeah, she's been in there a while. Can you check on her? Her name is X, Y, and Z. So I go in and I say, hey, is there so-and-so in here? And she says, yes. And she is like having a major upset tummy. She's like 10 years old and like the whole thing, accident on the floor. I felt so bad for her. But I also was absolutely horrified because all I could think about was like all the things she potentially touched around the trampoline park. And I was like, yep, we're done with this place. So he had to go get her a change of clothes. I'm like, telling my ex-husband, can you watch the girls right now? Jake's in the car. He's overstimulated and like tweaked his neck sleeping. We were just like, never again. You're paying $700 for like my own interpersonal hell. And I'm so glad my daughter loved it. I'm so glad it was amazing. And we can do something equally as amazing that doesn't require us to be in like an overstimulated, crazy psychotic environment. So we were like, no fucking way are we doing this again. It's insane. That didn't go as planned. I mean, it went as planned, but 3 hours there felt like 3 days. I kid you not. I was taxed. I was like, my nervous system is in recovery mode. Hard no. What else didn't go as planned? Oh, I don't know. I mean, I think those are the major ones that come up for me, but have any of you guys had just like a total shitstorm of a year? I feel like so much in my world has been rearranged, and honestly, it's all for the better. It's all things that needed to be cleared and absolutely rearranged. Damn, the humanness in learning the experiences and the healing around each of them has been really challenging, but it's also invited me into higher levels of leadership in myself. It's invited me into deeper intimacy and motherhood and like actually what I want to create in the world with my kids and how I want to lead women and, how I would prefer a partnership and both romantic and business. So it's all been really good and I'm so grateful. But fuck, have you just been like slapped upside the head with lessons over and over again sometimes and wondered, when does it get to be easy? Like, when are we out of this like acceleration vortex where it feels like I am just smacked upside the head over and over again with like big, deep, wide lessons. It's been a wild year, and like I mentioned a couple weeks ago, goodbye 2022, hello 2023. I am so excited to step into the new year, and not because of that whole like new year bullshit. I don't buy into that. But because I really do love the idea of cycles being complete, and it feels like a cycle is complete. And we have something launching and I can't share it yet, but I will tell you there's already people that are investing in it. There's already people that are there, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. But something else that I want to share with you is we have another Stress to Superhuman class coming your way. So mark your calendars. You are going to want to be inside. I'm sharing something really incredible inside there. In addition to the training, a special invite for you. And that is January 16, 17, and 18. It's going to be 3 days again. Stress to Superhuman, $33. And I will tell you the feedback we got from this last 3-day live event was like, Keri, some of this I have heard, some of this I haven't, but the way you said it really resonated for me. Or I've never heard some of this, and wow, how could I have overlooked this huge component that I see now as so valuable in my life, in my business, in the way I be. We had so much incredible feedback on the event, and I decided to do it again because there were a few people that messaged me after the fact and said, hey, is this going to happen again? I missed it. I just found out about it and I want to be part of it. So January 16th, you can keep checking the site, elevatewithkeri.com. It's Stressed to Superhuman, and I look forward to seeing you guys there. Have an amazing holiday. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, all the things. Merry, and I'll see you in 2023.
I hope you enjoyed your flight, and I'll see you on board again soon.
Seriously though, thanks for listening. If you're ready to take this work deeper and upgrade your mind, I want to invite you to join us inside my Millionaire Mindset program. This is where you'll start using my guided meditations to help you overcome anxiety and experience even more abundance. When you join, you'll have access to my entire audio library. Head over to elevatewithkeri.com and we'll see you inside.